Hey, what is up guys? It is Dangeles, and welcome back to another episode of my IRL house Let's Build. There seems to be a troublesome little chicken that's been dropping some eggs all around this place. I'm used to being able to turn animals off on Xbox. I don't think you can do that on PC without any sort of like plugin, so I'll just let them roam around because I don't mind having the little horsies walking around. But welcome back to the IRL house Let's Build, guys. We're working on my real life house, the house I live in. And this is episode 7, I believe, so we're probably going to only have like 1 or 2 more episodes of this series since pretty much everything is done on the interior, or on the exterior, I should say, except for some little bit of landscaping and then some work on the interior. Obviously, I'm going to do most of the furnishing off camera, like I said. I haven't really gotten to it just yet, but it's going to be something that I'm going to work on very, very soon. So for today's episode, though, I'm going to spend my time on the interior, but I'm going to be working on the basement. So as you can see, I started to lay out some plans for like the kitchen and things like that, you know, some preliminary stuff. I'm not sure if it's going to stay like this. I've just been kind of experimenting because there's so many different blocks in this texture pack that are really cool and useful looking. So let's go down to the basement, guys, and let's go ahead and work on that today. So my goal down here is really just kind of get the floor plan figured out, get the rooms put in, and see where we go from there. So I'm going to go ahead and get started by grabbing some quartz here. Let me just go ahead and grab myself some quartz stairs. We kind of have this little, I guess these stairs are carpeted, so there's really not a whole, a great way to do that on Minecraft. So what I'm going to do is just simply go like that as a start, and hopefully that'll work pretty nicely. What I'm thinking about, actually, let me just kind of take a look here. So trying to decide what block I want to use for the walls down here. I might just start off with something basic like sand or something like that. I think actually I might switch out that nether. No, actually I think I used end stone. What is this block right here? Red sand? All right, I'm gonna use regular sand. So I think I'm gonna use some sand for this because it's a nice looking block. It actually does look more like the wallpaper than the end stone, so I'll probably end up switching that out up on the second floor. If you guys are, forgetting about that, let me just quickly refresh your memory. So up here I have end stone kind of as the wallpaper color. We kind of have a basic plain tan looking color, so I feel like this actually might look a little bit better for this. So I'll probably switch this out for some sand, just to kind of make that look a little bit more realistic. So I think that'll be good. So let's go ahead and come down here and continue working on the basement. I'm just going to start off by putting in some walls. Hard for me to say that something is realistic when I'm using sand as the floors, or as the walls, but you kind of get the idea. We're building a little sand castle that is my house. So, all right, there we go. And basically how this works is there's no sort of railing there. I mean, there is on this wall, but there's really not a great way for me to add that, so I'm just going to kind of stick with what I got. I'm going to switch this out as well. I originally put in some, I believe that was white stained clay. I'm going to switch that out, though. I'm going to put a quartz block back there, so there we go. And next thing I should probably do is take up another layer of sand right here, like that, and then there's going to be another wall of sand here. And then basically how this works is I kind of have a door there. It's not a big door, it's just a small space, so I don't have to go too crazy with it. So what I'm probably going to do is I'm going to take this up right here and then just have the door be in this space. So let's just say the door is going to be right here. So that'll be something like that. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start to detail these walls as I go. As you can see, I pretty much just kind of carved out the basement for the whole perimeter of the house. So every single corner here you're going to see the granite, because that's kind of like pretty much the entire perimeter of the house. That's how I'm going to do this. So let me go ahead and break these, place these blocks back in here. You can see a little bit of podzol leaking out as well, which is a cool looking block. All right, so I'm going to do something like that, and then I think I might actually extend this out 3 blocks, or 2, maybe 3. I kind of have like a little wall that sticks out here. I think I'll probably take it right here instead and just kind of have this run across here. So we'll do that. Have this go all the way down. The good news about this is I don't have to break these walls. Pretty much I can kind of just double stack these just fine. Alright, so I'll take this and kind of just fill it in with some sand as a starter wall here. And we kind of just have a wall that runs all the way down, and pretty much how that works is we have an office space. We have kind of like a area that used to be our game room, but of course Hurricane Sandy had other plans. So this is kind of just like a little, desolation down here pretty much at this point. So I'll probably just like leave the floor very similar to this, because my floor actually does look like gravel. It really does. So I might even use the gravel block in the game as the floor, which might sound a little bit crazy, but our floors are pretty messed up from the flooding. So and they still are, like, to this day. We just haven't really gotten around to fixing it because we don't really use the basement anyway. So I'm just going to go ahead and just start to switch a little bit of this out with some gravel. Obviously I got to get rid of some of this coal from the cave system that I cleared out, or I guess there was just coal down here anyway, but whatever. We're just gonna kind of do a little bit of this right now, and right there as well. So how you guys doing? Welcome back. You know, we're continuing to work on this thing. Like I said at the beginning, this is probably gonna be the second to last episode. I'll probably do one episode of interior next time for you guys, just as something to watch, to kind of wrap up the build. So look out for that, but that'll be in a few days. So let's see here. I'm trying to decide how I want to do this next wall, because I could have it go across right here, which would be a good spot for it. Have it go down like this. That gives me a pretty decent amount of space here, so I'd probably end up rolling with that. And we'll kind of just get this filled in with the sand. This is like pretty much the perfect block for this. I don't know why I didn't think about this earlier. I guess it's just because for me, sand is not really something I use a whole lot in the city texture pack for wallpaper. So having this option in this texture pack is always good. So let me go ahead and place a little bit more gravel down in here. It sounds crazy, but that's the block I'm going to use. And next thing I got to do is kind of just decide where I'm going to have the wall divide over here is what I'm trying to accomplish next. So I think I'm going to probably do, I would say right here is probably a decent spot for it. So essentially what I'm going to do is I am going to take this down right here. I'm trying to decide whether I want to double stack this or not. It's kind of a tough decision. Like, and what I mean by that is I could take this out an extra block here, because we do kind of have like an extension. So in other words, this wall right here, I should probably break a little bit, because I built this like this, I can actually do that. And it kind of just has a space here. I don't really know what's on the other side of that wall and like why that's indented like that, or protruding like that. I'm not really sure you know, what the reason for the builder of the house did that originally, but there's probably something behind there that's useful, so I'm not really sure. Alright, so I'm gonna take this across right here as well, and of course through here, so we're gonna go like that. And guys, I know I promised I was gonna do 2 Let's Builds at the same time. I don't know if I promised it, but I kind of like was talking about doing something like that, and I never really got around to it, because I just realized that doing 2 of them at the same time is kind of hard to keep inspiration for both. So I ended up like recording an episode of a new Let's Build, and I was like, you know, this isn't really going too well. So I'll probably just like focus on one at a time. I think that's probably the best way for me to put out like the best videos I can. So I'll probably just finish this Let's Build. It's only got a couple more episodes left, and then we'll do a tour of this, and then we'll get started on a new one. I talked about doing a cliffside modern house. I probably still will do that. I think it is a cool idea. I just kind of get some inspiration for it, because it's I'm not a big fan of doing modern houses, as I've talked about many times in the past. If I did it on PC, I think it would be really good, but I don't want to do 2 PC Let's Builds in a row, because I am still primarily an Xbox channel, so I don't want to you know, completely do like PC videos only, because I've been doing a lot of PC videos lately, and as much as I love PC Minecraft, and it seems like you guys are enjoying watching it, which is I'm really happy about, because I really do enjoy playing PC as well as Xbox. I like both. I still want to do like most of my building on Xbox, because that's kind of how I started my channel, and I think that it's really good to kind of stay to your roots and keep things legit. So that's kind of my plan, is to continue to do as much of the building as I can on Xbox. Obviously, we have the CLD series, which is, you know, never going to end, so we always had that to fall back on. But basically how this is going to work right here is I'm going to have a door. I'm probably going to have it open up right here is probably the best slot for it. I'm just going to go ahead and place this quartz there here, have a sand there, and basically how this works is this is actually a pretty good representation of this room. That leads into what used to be an office. It's now pretty much just like a little room for storage. And then back here is like probably maybe the most unflattering part of my house. There's like the furnace over in this corner, and there's just like some, you know, stuff lying around. We don't have the nicest of basements in the world, but, you know, it is what it is. I'm not complaining, but let's go ahead and come back in here, and let's figure out this office space. So essentially what I'm going to do is have this run across and then turn back this way. The interesting thing about this office is there actually are windows here. So did I already make these? I think I might have actually. Where did I put those? Oh, right there. Okay, that's perfect. So we actually do have windows in this office space. And they kind of just, you know, stick out right below the house. It's going to be a little bit tricky for me to do this in Minecraft, but I don't think I'll have too much of an issue with it. So basically going to do that. Have this go across right here as well. And what I probably will end up doing is grabbing some of those glass blocks and just kind of filling that into there. And that just adds a little natural light, basically, into the room. The way this is in real life, which I don't think I'm going to be able to do on this build because of just the way I double stack stuff and things like that. By the way, we can get a chance to look at the beautiful sunset here on Flows HD. So coming out here, basically how it works is the glass blocks are there. that's kind of where the glass is situated on my actual house. But obviously, since I have the ceiling of the basement, you know, one block below that, obviously, so it's going to be a little bit tricky for me to do that. There are ways around that, actually. Let me take a look. I might be able to kind of do a little work around here. So let me come back in here and see what I can do. What I might be able to do is actually make slab ceiling in here, so there's a little bit more room for stuff to come in, so it's a possibility. Let me just go ahead and start by finishing these walls real quick. We have a little desk here, I guess. Again, this used to be an office that's no longer occupied. It's pretty nasty down here, not gonna lie, so there's a lot of cobwebs and things like that, so we'll try to simulate all that stuff in Minecraft here, put a bunch of spider webs down. We got to make everything as realistic as possible, so despite the fact that this is pretty sad. Alright, so let's see. I'm going to go ahead and grab some quartz, and I'm going to go ahead and switch out this and try to put in a ceiling of slabs, just so I have a little bit more space for those windows to come in to the room. That might be an ideal situation here, pretty solid design. So I'm going to give this a try, see how it looks, and we'll go from there. So obviously I got to switch all, whoops, that's not what I want. Let me place that back. Actually, is that the right block? Yeah, I just regular granite there, okay. So, I was going to say, because I use polished granite for the patio. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and switch this back out for some sand. And now what I can do is put a couple of glass blocks there instead, and then have a slab ceiling going across. So the windows are going to be a little bit smaller, but I think that will help let in a little bit more light. I would say there's a good chance that I'm not going to do that, because now the light isn't going to come in very well. So I'll most likely still leave these glass blocks like that. But that just gives a little bit more light coming into this room. I think that's going to be something that's worthwhile. So we'll do that. Put it in a slab ceiling. Didn't expect to put a slab ceiling here, but we're going to add it anyway. Kind of get this situated real quick. And there we go. Alright, so now what I have to do is switch out these quartz for the sand. Let me just do that real quick. Takes 2 seconds. And then I think I'll just move on to the other part of the basement. I pretty much just want to finish the basement floor plan today at the very least. That's kind of my goal. So here's going to be the office space. What we do is we actually have a closet here, so what I'll probably end up doing is kind of creating an extra wall here and having a closet. So, or I might just kind of bump that into this side of the place. So honestly, like if I left it like this, like in here, this is like actually surprisingly similar to what it looks like, which is kind of unfortunate. So honestly, there's not a whole lot left I need to do. What I need to do is actually connect this to the hatch. That's another thing I forgot that I need to work on. Let me do that from the outside. That's probably going to be easier. We kind of have a little back hatch over here that we can access the basement from the inside. So let me take a look at this real quick. So I got to be able to connect this thing down below. So that's something I can work on. You know, why am I doing this? I can just grab the stone slabs. Okay, so let me just quickly time set real quick. I forgot to do that. Time set day. I already have it set. There we go. And the sun is shining. So I'm just going to quickly dig this out underneath here. I probably should have done this beforehand, but I kind of forgot about it. Alright, so I'm going to dig this out. And this basically just becomes a little staircase that connects to the outside world. So I'll probably end up doing that. And what I'll probably do is, I think these are wood. Yeah, these are wood. So I'll use some wood for this. Place a stair like that. And a stair like this. And that's basically what I'm going to do for the little bulkhead or whatever this thing is. I'm not really sure what to call it. Alright, so close that back up. And basically these things kind of like they just kind of open sideways. So kind of just walk right down in there, and a little secret room kind of. So that's pretty cool. And over here, we could actually work on some landscaping today. The way we have the landscaping set up on this house, it's really, really basic. Birch leaves, oak leaves, probably grab a bunch of each, just use a bunch of different kinds of leaves, but basically we kind of just have, you know, like bushes kind of everywhere. What I'll probably end up doing is just kind of spamming it like this and just kind of trimming it after that. So we just have bushes that are kind of just spammed all over here, and they kind of just go around the corner a little bit. We have like some trees as well, so it's really honestly as simple as that. And then right here we have an air conditioning unit, which I think I'll probably end up building out of some iron blocks. If I could find those, I'm probably going to have to look those up. Do a quick Google search here. And let's see, we're going to grab some... I think I could use some rails, probably. We'll use some rails. And I think that'll be good. I could use, what are those things called? daylight sensors possibly, but the iron blocks look really good in this texture pack too. Is there anything that looks bad in this texture pack? Honestly, if I looked through it, I don't think I could find a block that I don't like in this texture pack. Like, everything looks good. Like, look at the redstone blocks. These things are really nice looking too. Like, it's just, everything looks good in this texture pack. It's so nice. You know, I'm going to humor myself, and I'm going to try to find a block that doesn't look good in this texture pack. I don't think I'm going to be able to do it. Like, everything looks good. A block of coal, that might not look very good. Nope, never mind. That looks amazing. Holy crap, I got to use that block. I got to make some tires or something like that. Oh my gosh. They're no longer bedrock tires. Yeah, I don't think I could find a block that does not look good in this texture pack. It's just mwah, beautiful. All right, so that's kind of like a good little landscape there. Oh, you know what? Also, we have a little. Let me actually grab some. Let me see if I can find this stuff. Okay, so lever maybe or tripwire hook. I'm gonna use both. I'm not really sure which one will look better, but we kind of have a little spigot here or whatever. Yeah, that probably looks better. We'll do that. Actually, no, we don't. No, we can do that. So that turns it on or off, and then that's where it comes out of. That's much better. So that's kind of how that works on the outside. Let's see what else we can add to this. I'm starting to get on a roll with this landscape, so let me grab some more birch leaves over here, and I can start to spam some more leaves. And you know, I could honestly like do my own landscape here, because you know, I'm not gonna mock my parents and say I don't like their landscape. I'm not saying that I don't. I think it looks good. They do a great job with it. I occasionally help them with it. So what I think I'm gonna do is add some flowers that look pretty in this game. So what are the okay, here we go. Lilacs, sunflowers always look good. Peonies, oh, we gotta add some of those. Rose bush. Oh, we're just gonna add all this goody and good stuff. Oh yes, I'm a big fan of these things. Let's add a bunch of these all over the place. And I can put them on the coarse dirt, which is clutch. I didn't think I might be able to do that. So maybe I can just make my own landscape for this. Just add all this stuff. Just put a bunch of sunflowers. Oh wait, what the heck? Oh, I must have placed that the wrong way. Wait, can I only place it like one direction? Oh, that's bizarre. All right, well, never mind. I won't place those then. I'll put some lilacs in here, which I'm not a huge fan of these. They kind of look like some sort of alien bush straight out of Avatar or something like that, but I'll add those anyway. You know, I can never go wrong with this. I can spam these all over that place if I want to. Let me add some more peonies over here. Just kind of put some of those in. Man, look at all these, like, I love this stuff. Like, look at all these plants and things like that. It just looks great. All right, let me grab some more leaves, though. We got to spam the leaves in here as well. We can't just leave it all bare. This is going to be awesome. Okay. So I'll do that. Maybe put a couple more leaves there. Oh, this is the part where there's just a bunch of bushes, so I should probably kind of spam the crap out of this. Spam clicking for days. Alright. Just kind of spam click it all over. Gonna get some in that corner there. This is gonna look good, guys. I think this is gonna be a really solid addition. Alright. And then I'll just put a little bit more right there. So I could probably get even more fancy with it. There's a bunch of options that I could go with. So we also have, I think we have tall grass in this game too. Where are those? Is there tall grass like that? Is that like an option for a block? Oh, there is. A double tall grass. This is what I'm looking for here. And we have this for ferns as well. Yes, I think we do. I think this is the tall fern. So let me add some of these. Oh, maybe not. All right, how about this grass? All right, let's add some of the tall grass and like all the extra spaces here. Can never go wrong with some of this stuff. Just doing some landscaping on my house. Big fan, big fan. And we'll put one right there. So let's take a look at this, see how that looks. It's pretty nice. I like it. Not exactly realistic in terms of my house, but I like it. I'm going to add a little bit more over here because I really like these tall grasses. That adds a nice effect. And this is really where all the flowers are on my house, like over in this space. So this is probably where I'll spam some flowers before we conclude today's episode. But next episode, guys, I'll probably do a little bit of a mix of everything like I did today. I'll do some landscaping. Okay, that's close enough. I'll just freaking annoying that these flowers only face one direction. Just do a little mixture of landscaping and all that stuff next episode. As a matter of fact, this right here needs to be kind of open because we have this little drop off there, so we'll kind of have that open up. And then what I'll probably end up doing is grabbing some slabs, or you know what, I'm gonna use some diorite for this. That's gonna be the block I'm gonna choose. So put a little diorite in here, never hurts. I just messed that up. Let me grab that glass block back, place that there, and that's kind of how that works right there. So you can see into the basement, but that looks pretty good, you know, adding some landscape to the backyard. What we do, we actually have like a tree right there that I'll probably add next episode or off camera. I'm not sure yet. Probably do some of the lawn furniture, but I feel like once this house is done and like fully landscaped and furnished, it's gonna just be just real pretty when I move it back to Xbox, which I'm realizing like 50% of the stuff that I used on this house was with blocks that aren't on Xbox yet. So I might just world edit and just replace everything with Xbox compatible blocks, or I might just wait for the new update to come out on Xbox, which should have all of this stuff that I used, because I'm pretty sure it'll be caught up to PC at that point, other than 1.9. So that's pretty good. But that's where I'm going to conclude today's episode, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I might actually take a thumbnail of the backyard now, because this is looking pretty fancy. So what if I get a little screenshot here? I'll probably wait until the video's over. But thank you very much, guys, for watching this episode of my real life house let's build. Next episode's going to be the last episode. I'll just do a little bit of everything. I'll probably I'll finalize my room. I'll do the complete furnish of my room, since that's probably the only one you guys really care about. Let's be real here. So you guys want to see how my gaming setup translates to a Minecraft build. And I'll do a little bit more landscaping, and that'll be pretty much it for the Let's Build. So it's been very, very fun. I'll see you guys for the final episode in a few days. Thank you guys very much for watching. It has been your friendly neighborhood Dangeles. I have not said that in a while. That's been one of my old sayings that I used to like to say. But thank you guys for watching. I'm enjoying the PC Let's Build. I'm enjoying playing PC Minecraft, Xbox Minecraft. Any kind of Minecraft is the Minecraft for me. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I've said that 5 times. Give it a like if you did. Thanks for watching, and peace out.